How big is the problem of falls?
The problem is huge. A third of adults over age 65 are going to fall annually.
The financial cost, direct medical, is about $34 billion in the U.S. population.
It's the leading cause of ER visits, emergency room visits, in this population. And it's also one of the leading causes of accidental death in the geriatric population.
Who is at risk?
The people who are at risk for falls, who have the highest risk, are the people who don't take risks. And when we think about that in our older adult community, those are our shut-ins. People who are at home, maintaining themselves in their house. They may be fully independent there if they have an external assist, but they're not taking that activity and that time to get out of the home.
Both men and women are equally at risk. The sequelae of the fall might be slightly different. When a man falls, unfortunately, his rate of death increases. When a woman falls, her rate of fracture increases.
Is age a factor?
Age itself is not a factor, but what you do as you age, I believe, is a factor.
As we get older, the rate of falling increases, as does the injuries associated with the fall.
How can falls be prevented?
So, two major things. A, it can be internal by making the person stronger, or B, external by modifying the environment. So, exercise is imperative.
When we look at types of activities that may reduce falls or reduce the risk of falls, the key component seems to be a balance component. One of the activities that seems to be the gold standard is Tai Chi.
So we need to do balance exercise, strengthening exercises, coordination, endurance, and even cognitive exercises.
What dangers exist in the home?
When we consider the home or any environment, the two keys that I really try and bring in are lighting and slips.
What we see oftentimes is the carpet is a little bit frayed, and there are some perhaps throw rugs on the floor or cords on the floor that someone might trip over. Those all should be addressed. Is
there sufficient lighting that you know where you are in your environment and you can become aware of your environment?
People also tend to, when their balance diminishes, they tend to become furniture walkers. Well, they're the ones that walk around and kind of touch every piece of furniture or the wall in a certain place. And sometimes the furniture might move, and that becomes a hazard.
The other thing with slips in walking around your own home or your own environment is, do you have a clear path? Otherwise, you're starting to become aware of, how do I avoid all these pieces? And you become more fearful.
Does fear of falling increase the risk of falling?
The fear of falling and falls themselves seem to have a downward spiral, where you have fear, so you reduce your activity, which reduces your capability, which makes you at more risk for fall, which increases your fear, and you have this downward cycle. So being active and having an activity choice really seems to improve quality of life, reduces the risk of falls.
The slow, methodical movements of Tai Chi may contrast sharply with the common image of an exercise activity, but numerous studies have shown its effectiveness in fall prevention, in some cases reducing falls by up to 45%. In fact, the Centers for Disease Control has singled out Tai Chi as a prescribed exercise program to prevent falls and control the fear of falling. Sheila Ray and Richard Link teach Tai Chi and know the value it has in fall prevention.
Tai Chi has the ability of the stepping helps prevent fall prevention by shifting the weight from one leg very slowly to the other leg.
The slow, controlled movements of Tai Chi help build strength in the internal muscles in the core and the stabilizer muscles.
It helps with situational awareness. The first thing we talk about in Tai Chi is posture and breath and where your foot is going, where your hand is going. So it involves your mind as well as your body.
It's really going to help people with being upright, stable, their posture, and also help them with getting rid of the fear of falling.
There are 5 different types of Tai Chi. Richard and Sheila teach the Sun style, which promotes mobility and agility, and it can be performed either standing or seated. But as Sheila points out, the real value of Tai Chi for older adults goes beyond good posture and balance.
I think more than anything, Tai Chi gives people confidence, and backed by the research, we know that it is good for fall prevention.
For more information about fall safety, go to the website of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.